Hey friends, my name is Steve Guttenberg and I am the Etymotic. I am the audiophiliac. I'm not an Etymotic headphone, though I may look like one to some people. Anyway, I've been a fan for a really long time, starting with the ER4, the original one, and then the improved one, and then the XR versions that came out a few years ago. They're all really good if you're into that sort of thing, if you're into in-ears that don't have boosted bass or zippy treble, or these are not a rock and roller's dream headphone. No Etymotic ever is. And but if you want to just hear what's on the recording, as they say, it's a good place to start. And by audiophile standards, they're not expensive. But this new one is even more affordable. So it's not so new. I feel a little guilty that this particular model, the MK5 Isolator, has been actually in my apartment for at least 6 months, sitting under a pile of other things. And I forgot that I had it. And then a couple of weeks ago, I said, oh, yeah. So I popped it out of the package, popped it in my ears, and lo and behold, it's freaking amazing for 65 bucks. Now, the thing is, when I first started listening to it, I said, yeah, that's the Etymotic sound that I love so much. Now, up to this point, pretty much every Etymotic headphone I've ever heard has a single balanced armature driver. That's their sound, that's their signature. And I assumed this one was also a single balanced armature. But then I actually read the specs, and no, it's not a balanced armature, it's a 6mm dynamic driver. Well, it fooled me, and that's a good thing, right? Because it maintains that sound, but maybe it's got a little extra bass. It's a smoother sounding headphone, and I really liked it. Now, the thing that's, I guess one of the reasons I've always liked Etymotics is they have what I would call deep penetration. You know, they go far further down into your ear canal than most in-ears do. Certainly universal fit in-ears do. And because of that, they really provide above average noise isolation. And considering I live in New York City and I'm on the subway a lot, extra noise isolation is a really good thing. So their specification is 35 to 42 dB of isolation. That's a lot. I mean, typically it's more like 28 or 30. And I think the range of 35 to 42 has to do with how well you fit it to your ear, which tip it has. I'm a fan of the triple flange like these have, but they also come with foam tips, which I think actually do even better isolation, but I just like these for comfort. So anyway, I'm working on this review for my CNET blog, which will appear shortly after this video, and I decided to compare it against some headphones. Now, a couple of weeks ago, I was raving about the KZ KSA in-ear, which is 26 bucks, so it's a lot cheaper than these, and KZ has a lot more bass than this headphone. Not surprising, because their thing is accuracy, and KZ is like, it's a feel-good kind of sound. But the KZ is bright, which it can be a little irritating. This one isn't. This one just has a smoother frequency response. The KZ is more of a roller coaster kind of thing. And then I also compared these to my favorite go-to under $100 headphone, which is for a while now, a couple of years, the One More triple driver. Really well balanced, nice headphone, but can't touch the MK5 Isolator for isolation on the subway. And it's definitely a warmer, richer, sweet sound. I mean, it's a really nice sounding headphone. I mean, the fact that the triple driver has stayed in that spot for me is like my favorite under $100 in-ear that's something. A lot of competition there, but that's the one I keep going back to. But this one, the Etymotic MK5, you know what? They do sound really different, but I like the isolation and I like that smoother response. So I think the One More is a little richer, which is a nice thing. I like them both. I'm not saying this one's going to knock out the triple driver as my reference, but I will say that they will now share that. I will recommend both when someone says, what's a great under $100 headphone? I believe the triple drivers are selling for around $95 on Amazon. So there you have it, the MK5 Isolator from Etymotic, a killer headphone for 65 bucks, has the advantage of above average noise isolation, and I love it. I really do. Anyway, that's it for today. Thanks so much for watching. See you again real soon.